Okay, in life, we often ask ourselves the question, who are we? What are we? Where did we come from? And why are we here? Now, what I'm going to cover right now is I'm going to cover who we are, who you are, who all of us are. And it's simply this. It comes down to a very, very simple answer. And a lot of people will be shocked by this, but this is the actual answer. You are choice. That's all you are. The rest of you, your behavior, the way you act, you are not your behavior. You are not anything else other than making a choice between two or more options. And it works like this. Your mind, your brain, is like a computer. And what the computer does is it takes in all the information, everything you've learned, you map a reality in it, and it figures out how to behave based on primarily your parents and then your friends and then your family and so on and so forth. Now, the thing is, I want you to think about what part of that is actually you. Well, guess what? None of it is actually you. You are purely the choice between two or more things. And this leads us to nature versus nurture. Your nature is to follow the programs that your body has been installed with. This is called muscle memory, or if you want to call it brain memory. Whereas in your input, or the new information that's being placed into your head as you get to a certain age where you can make your own decisions, is usually tainted by the biased views of your parents, your family, your friends, and so on and so forth. So the reality is that you never truly making your own choices. But now that you know this, now that you've listened to this and you know this, you can start to make your own choices. You can start to realize that the information you do want, you can have, and simply model it based on that. Now, the problem with this is there's a couple of things. If you're not your behavior, then you can choose your behavior, and some people choose to have the wrong behavior because they have some sort of problem with doing things the right way or doing things a certain way, because this comes down to instant gratification versus creationism. Now, instant gratification is about getting things instantly, feeling that good feeling instantly, and this comes from drugs give you this feeling, all the way to sexual acts with strangers can give you this feeling. All sorts of little instant things can give you this feeling, but the problem with this is they never ever last. They're all instant and they're all very, very short-coming. And not only that, but in the long term, the more you do things that are instant gratification based, and if you do anything that's instant gratification based, they actually start to poison you. It makes you think, feel, and act a certain way. It gives you guilt, it gives you pain, it gives you suffering. That guilt manifests into revenge and hurt and pain and suffering even further, like deeper into your subconscious. And finally, you get to a really, really dark, poisonous place where your mind is pretty much poisoned and you don't know how to react. So the problem with this is you need to create. And what I mean by create is you need to create things. And I'm not talking about children. Children are not your creation, they're your body's creation. You need to create things that are uniquely you. Put things together in a way that only you can make them. And this is called creationism. This is the creationism I'm talking about. This is about creating something worth something to you, and it doesn't have to be worth anything to anyone else.